Hi, this is Madison, and this is my presentation on orthopedic impairments and the best way to go about teaching and helping students that suffer from these impairments. So first thing we want to talk about with orthopedic impairments is what exactly is an orthopedic impairment. So an impairment, this is an impairment that affects a student physically, usually with the involvement of limbs, either a loss of limb or the inability to use one or a prohibitance of using that limb. So it can be caused by many different things, as you see here on the screen. It can be from a congenital anomaly. So they could be born with it. That could be something in the form of clubfoot, a missing limb, born with different impairments in the limbs. It can also be brought on by disease. So this is can be found in examples such as bone tuberculosis. And then also there's other different causes. So a big one is cerebral palsy, the inability to use one's limbs correctly. And then also there's different other things that can happen from amputations, causes of accidents, where students will not be able to use limbs properly or with the correct motor skills that are needed. So all these different reasons or impairments that come from different ailments are all categorized in orthopedic impairment, and this is a high disability, so it doesn't happen very often, but it is common and it does affect students throughout the country. Okay, so orthopedic impairments in the classroom. So something to keep in mind when dealing with students that are dealing with these impairments, that they may have difficulty functioning around the classroom. This can be from different motor skills, from anywhere from just not being able to walk properly or not having the correct channels. So this is something to keep in mind when forming your classroom. If having a student with this is to try to keep the classroom open and making sure that it caters to a student's needs. They may need special seating assignments and arrangements. So this is something that can be easily solved if a student has trouble walking from one place to another, maybe moving their seat either closer to the door if that's the problem from coming in and out of classrooms, or if they want to be closer to the board due to something that if they need help seeing, or if they need special assistance from the teacher, that they can be closer to the teacher. Just making sure that the students are comfortable in an arrangement where they're seated in the class for better mobility, maybe more open space for them to better arrange. Again, it depends on the type of the type that they're dealing with for us to know where's the best seating. So just to keep that in mind. Okay, so it is important for teachers to be aware of the medical condition that each student faces. So what kind of impairment are they facing? What's the best way to go about that and to understand that? And then just having that strong communication with students. So when having a student who is going through an impairment such as this, just to be in good communication with them. Let them know that you acknowledge this, that they know that they can trust you with, if they need something, that they can ask the teacher. Just having that good flow of respect and understanding will help it make it go a lot easier. Okay, so medical advancement and assistive technologies. So there's not too many with different types of impairments in this sense, just because it is such a wide variety. But there are a good amounts that can help students in the classrooms. So it's better just to help students get a better handling on their schoolwork. So sometimes it just how they handle software. So we have different type of communication devices and also screen reading software. These are just things that help students, if they have problems with writing due to cerebral palsy or something that they can't control with their limbs. They have something that can help them. So there's a lot of different technologies that can go with that and how that will affect and better help the students. Then there's also different devices to help students be more comfortable in the classroom, such as special seating chairs that are arranged and modified for students, depending on if they need to sit in a certain way that's better for their posture, or that will help them better function and move around the classroom. We also have different things such as the simple ones as canes, crutches, wheelchairs, and these type of advancements. So just to keep that in mind and keep that aware when dealing with how students move around the classroom. Okay, so there's other forms of assistance for those with orthopedic impairments. So we have different types of physical therapy. This is just for wide range of motor skills to help students better to better control and gain a better understanding of how they work. And then different types of physical education teachers that work with the students. And these are just all different types of therapy that can be outside or inside the classroom depending on how severe the cases are. Okay, so inclusive tips, just for working in the classroom. Watch for teasing and making sure to stop it. Just making sure that the class is aware of what's going on with these particular students, just to make sure that it's a nice, safe environment to have the students all understand and have that mutual respect. Have a discussion with the class about these things, just so they are on the same page. One of the ways that can help students better connect with these students with impairments is to have them be assigned to help the student. So depending on severity, if it's a student who has very little to no mobility, having students help this particular student with maybe getting them to their seat, helping them at recess, just having these assignments to help the students be involved in the student's life, and also that they can all gain a better understanding and a friendship together. Okay, so have strong communication with both the students and their parents. So this is something between the teacher and the student with the impairment, that there is a better communication that the teacher and the parents can work together to find a better way of teaching and getting involved in the student's life. And just making sure to let these students be involved in physical activities where they're able to. Not to exclude them in activities just because the conceived idea of what this impairment means, asking them to participate in some way or form or another so that the classroom becomes a whole. All right, so there's different supportive organizations that help with these disabilities. They're just here listed on the screen. These are all known for different things, for those with specific ailments and those with wide varieties of ailments, and each one is dedicated to helping not only students but parents and families who are dealing with children or family members that are involved in these impairments. All right, and that is what orthopedic impairments are and how we can help with that in the students. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope that helps you.